It's a book that I wrote a couple of years ago, and it's blessing many people, those who have read it. So take the chance and get one if you can on masking worship. Beautiful book, beautiful book. It talks about true worship and what worship is all about. And at the end of today's session, I'll be asking some questions about everything that I spoke, and whoever is able to get it right, you get one of these sent out to you. Yeah, so let me get on with it. I want to talk about the circles of friends. The reason why I say the circle of friends is because if you look at the very beginning, the Bible says that God spoke to Moses and told him, I want you to build me a tabernacle. Now that tabernacle had 3 courts. It had the outer court, had the inner court, and had the innermost court. 3. Jesus came later on, and Jesus had the multitudes following him. He had about 5,000 women and children. So wherever there are 5,000 men, you can imagine how many women there will be. I mean, if you go into a church and they said, oh, there are about 100 men, you know there's definitely about 700 women there. So Jesus had all these people following him. Then he had the 120 disciples that followed him. Then he had the 12 out of the 120 apostles. Then out of the 12, he had the 3. He breaks it down to 3 again. So it tells me that there's something significant about the 3. So I say that in our time, in our dispensation, you need to have the 3 circles around you, just like the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. 3 is very significant. The Trinity is very significant. But I want to take advantage and speak about, I want to speak about the 3 circles of friends that you must have around you. The 3 circles of friends that you must have around you. It is not by chance that Jesus had 3: Peter, James, and John. It is not by chance that he had the 3 out of the multitudes and out of the 120 and out of the 12. The 12 who were very close to him, he still had the 3. Which tells me that in life, it is not everybody that is around you that must be within your circle. So take a piece of paper and a pen if you can, put a dot in the middle of the paper somewhere, label it me. Then have a first circle, and inside the circle, there's one person that can be there. Draw another circle around the first circle, there's another person, and then a third circle, and then the rest can be on the outer circle. That is what you need to do in life. Now today I want to talk about the first circle, not the innermost circle or the middle circle, but the outer circle. When you separate everybody else that is around you, your work colleagues, your acquaintances, the people that you meet on the streets, your neighbors and everybody, when you take all these people out of the scene, the first circle that you must meet is the Peter circle. The Peter circle. Bible says Jesus had Peter, he had James, and he had John. Now you need all these 3 people around you, but you need the Peter circle. How do you know what the Peter circle is? The Peter circle, Peter was this radical, I'm trying to find the right word, but Peter was a radical person. He was just crazy about Jesus. He was a fanatic. Peter was just mad about Jesus. Just because it's Jesus, Peter is mad. You need some people around you who are mad just because it's you. You need a Peter around you. Let me take one characteristic of Peter is that Peter was so crazy and defensive of Jesus. He was crazy and defensive of Jesus. In fact, Peter will cut your ear off if you don't talk to Jesus properly. Some of you don't have friends who can defend you. Some of you have never had somebody around you who can defend you when you are not around. You just let everybody follow you. Everybody get into your circle. You just allow everybody in. You need to draw a circle. There must be a circle of people who will defend you even in your absence. They would defend you. If you are around and somebody doesn't talk to you properly, they will jump up and be like, hey. When somebody is talking to you and you're trying to be gentle for the sake of being gentle, or because you're a Christian, you're trying to hold yourself down, Peter will come in and will not care. Because Peter knows that you have something to protect, so Peter will put his own reputation on the line to protect you. How many friends do you have around you who will put their reputation on the line just to protect you? You need a Peter circle around you. Some of you have no Peter circles around you. You get up, everybody is a Peter to you. A Peter is a fanatic who will defend you. It is not everybody who's crazy about you, following you on social media, liking you on Instagram, sharing your videos and sharing. People are fanatic about you, but if they cannot defend you, they are not in a Peter circle. Keep them on the outer circle. Don't bring them on the inside. Don't bring them on the inside. You got me? Yes. God bless you. You got your sister. Nah, that was your sister. Listen, the truth of the matter is that you need a Peter around you. Somebody who is not just mouthy about you, but crazy about you. A lot of you, the people around you, they just use mouth. They use mouth. They talk mouth. Everything is mouth. They tell, I've got your back. The moment stuff hits the fan, they disappear. They will ginger you to do things that the moment it gets tough, they disappear. You need a Peter around you. Somebody who's crazy about you, but yes, they are ready to die for you. No, they're ready to stand and fight for you. Have you got a Peter around you? Another thing about Peter. Peter has many faults. Listen, Peter is somebody that you can see through. You should be able to see through Peter. If there is somebody around you whose life is not transparent to you, even though they are crazy about you and they will defend you, they cannot be your Peter. Peter is somebody you can see right through. Peter said to Jesus, listen, I will die where you die. I will live where you live. I will walk where you walk. I will defend you. But the moment Jesus, he heard that, he said to him, he said, no. By the time the cock crows, he saw right through him, in spite of how much he was saying, how much vibe he was giving, how much chat he was giving, how much lyrics he was. The guy had lyrics, but Jesus could see right through him. Your Peter is somebody you can see right through. Number one, Peter is crazy about you. Peter will defend you. Peter will cut off somebody's ear for you just to defend you. But Peter is somebody you can see right through. You should be able to see through Peter. So when you want to talk about the outer circle, the people that you want to consider Peter in your life, their life must be transparent to you. You must know them and know their strengths, know them and know their limits. Otherwise, you will entrust too much into Peter. Another characteristic of a Peter friend in your life is that Peter, no matter how much he loves you, Peter defends you and Peter protects you. But Peter is so defensive that if you are not careful, Peter can let you miss destiny. When Jesus said to Peter that my time has come and I'm about to die, and on the third day, Peter said, no. Master, don't talk like that. How can you say you're about to die? He was so protective of Jesus that he was not ready to let him die. Some of you, you have Peters around you. This Peter is so protective. The Peter can be your sister. The Peter can be who you call your best friend. But one of the wickedness, or one of the dangers of Peter is that they are so defensive that if you are not careful, you will miss out on destiny. Peter is so protective of you that when you meet your boyfriend, Peter will come and tell you this one is not good enough for you. Peter is so protective that when you want to take a business risk, they will say don't try it because it's too dangerous. Peter is so protective that when you want to give an offering when you don't have the money, they will look at you and be like, Master, be wise. Peter can let you miss out on destiny because they love you too much and they are crazy about you. We are trying to locate the Peters in your life. Hopefully, I'm a Peter to somebody. You are a Peter to somebody. In as much as you're looking, drawing the circle, you need to ask yourself as well where you fit in somebody's circle. So Peter is so defensive that if you are not careful, Peter can make you miss your destiny. Are you hearing me? But in spite of all the faults and the shortcomings and the weaknesses of Peter, one of the best things about Peter that should make you locate Peter is that Peter has caught a spiritual revelation of you. Peter does not listen to what people are saying. Listen to this. Bible says Jesus came to the disciples and he said, "Who do men say I am?" There's, oh, some say you are Elijah. Oh, some say you are the son, the one who is to come. Some say, oh, you are the carpenter's son. He said, okay, hold it. That is what people are saying. Now, those of you that are close to me, who do you say I am? Peter stepped in. He said, hey, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. Peter, this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but the Spirit of God revealed this to you. Peter is somebody who, in spite of their weakness, is so connected that they are open and available, and God has given them a revelation of you. So this song comes to mind. He saw the best in me. Marvin Sapp sang this and it's so beautiful. Peter is the one who sees the best in you when everyone else around you can only see the worst in you. Peter is that person when the worst in you, they see the best in you. That is a Peter right there. So a Peter is not just the fanatic who's around you, the one who is following you on Facebook, the one who is liking your messages, the one who is sending you messages, the one who is giving you, hailing you, the one who is pushing you, gingering you on Facebook, social media, posting and sharing and making you feel like you're the big man. It is not just the person who is doing that. But the thing is that Peter is also defensive of you. Peter will defend you when you are not around. Peter will walk into a place and people are talking about you. Peter will not just keep quiet. He will step in and say, hey, stop talking about my guy. Stop talking about my lady. Peter will defend you. But the truth of the matter is Peter can defend you to the point that if you are not careful, you can miss your destiny. Because nothing will be good enough for you. Peter will in fact defend you to the point where the trials that are meant to make you strong, he will be sure that you don't suffer. Sometimes trials are meant to make you strong, but Peter can keep you from trials so you will be weak. You need a Peter circle. But Peter also has caught a revelation of you that ordinary people, that others have not caught. Peter is the one that when you're looking down on yourself, he will remind you, you are the Son of the living God. Peter, Jesus asked this question not because he didn't know who he was, but sometimes in life, in our case, maybe not in his case, but in our case, we all need affirmation. In our case, we all need that person who will look at you and tell you, listen, you are doing well, boy. Listen, girl, you are doing well. You need that person who will turn around and say, listen, the struggle is there, but you have done a good job. You need a man that will turn around and look at the woman and say, listen, we haven't had the easiest of time, but you are doing the best you can. You are doing the best you can. Keep moving on. You need a mother, a father who will turn around and look at you and say that, listen, we haven't had the best of relationship, but I want to look at you and tell you, I am proud of who you have become. I am proud of who you are growing up to be. When I look outside there and I see the youths and I see everybody else, I am proud of you. You need that Peter who will reassure you that you are on the right path. You need that Peter who knows you because they've caught a revelation. So in as much as they can encourage you, this same Peter can turn around and tell you, you are not walking on the right path. The Peter is the person who is real with you. Some of you have just surrounded yourself with the fanatics. They will tell you what you want to hear, but Peter is real with you. So sometimes you won't like Peter. Sometimes you won't like Peter. Sometimes you will think Peter is too blunt. Sometimes you would think Peter doesn't like you, but Peter is the one who defends you and has got your back and has caught a revelation of you from God, so they will not allow you to live any less of a better life than you're supposed to. Look out for your Peter. I don't want to go on about the rest because I might have too much information flooding. But next week I'll be talking about the inner circle. We have spoken about the circle that separates the outer courts from the circles on the inside. The last circle, Peter is the one who cuts the line. Peter is almost a thin line between everybody who's hailing you and jumping around you and those who have caught a revelation about you and actually have got your back. The borderline of Peter is such that you need to open your eyes. You need to look at specific characteristics in order to locate that Peter. You don't need more than one Peter in your life. Jesus could have found many Peters among the 120. No, he could have found many Peters among the 12, but he had 3. Among the 3, there was only one Peter. Don't deceive yourself. If you call somebody your best friend, but that best friend has another best friend, then it means they are not your best friend. Best friendship is mutual. Some of you here, you open your mouth and talk by heart, talk anyhow, say everything about you, give all your secrets to somebody you call your best friend, but they also have a best friend. Next minute, your secret is not in one circle alone, but in 2 circles. But for all you know, the person they are telling you wouldn't keep in your first circle or your second circle, not even your third circle. And then your issue is all out there. Be wise. Locate your Peter. Be wise. Gird your mouth. Be wise. Bridle your tongue. Make sure when you're talking to your Peter. One last thing I want to tell you about Peter is that Peter, because of the revelation he has caught about you, this is the part that blesses me. Peter has been given the keys of the kingdom. Jesus said, after he had told him that this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, he said, I have given you the keys of the kingdom. Whatsoever you bind shall be bound. Whatsoever you loose shall be loose. If you locate your Peter, Peter is the person that can stand with you and open doors for you that nobody can open. Oh my God. Peter will unlock doors that nobody can lock. Nobody can unlock. Peter will lock doors that nobody can open. Peter is that person that you need to locate. Peter is the connection between you and the secular world. Peter is the connection between you and the marketplace. Peter will connect you to places that you could never go to. Listen, Peter could connect you if you are an artist. Peter could connect you to a stage that you never dreamed of being on. Don't be deceived. Peter is not just around you and hailing you. Peter is the person who is willing to give you a helping hand to get to the place you need to get to. You need a Peter in your life. You need a Peter in your life. Peter is a smart guy. Peter is streetwise. Peter is not all spiritual. Peter knows the game. Peter knows the street. Peter is smart. He was a fisherman. He knew the score. He knows how to run things and break some things. That is Peter for you. Don't be deceived. Peter is like a raven. When God wanted to send a bird to go and take bread from the king's kitchen and bring it to the prophet, he didn't send a dove. Peter is not a dove. Peter is not soft. And that is why Peter has so many weaknesses. But Peter carries keys. When you locate your Peter in life, you will sit among kings. When you locate your Peter in life, your gifting that has been dormant will come to life overnight. When you locate a Peter in life, he will connect you to the right places and your gift will make room for you. You need to locate your Peter. When you pray tonight, pray and say, Lord, show me my Peter. Anybody around me who is pretending to be a Peter but is not Peter, Lord, expose them. And when the Lord begins to open your eyes, some of you are too nice. You don't know how to get rid of people. Some of you are too nice. You don't know how to deal with people. So God shows you that this person is not your Peter, but you still want to accommodate them. You still want to keep them around you. They are destroying you, but you want to keep them around you. They're giving you a bad name, but you still want to keep them around you. They are destroying your destiny, but you still want to keep them around you. But remember, this same Peter has some weaknesses, but they carry the keys of the kingdom.